Hello to my collective. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone's well and had a wonderful day, or is about to have a great one wherever you are. Well, so let's light up our candles. Let's begin the reading. Evoking Archangel Michael. There you go. Touch into chakra well. You, Archangel Gabriel, thank you, Archangel Raphael, thank you. Because energy is it's quite nice, but yes, there is a little bit of as always in the air, but there is. And would you believe it, Archangel Michael is right here, and he was the one who was like, who's doing the right now. I'm telling you. He's right here. So okay, let's just, before we just get carried away and we kind of like forget to thank our angels, let's do that first. Yeah, just a second. Okay, so the downloads. Okay. Why does it feel that it's been like very long since I have done a reading? When did it didn't last on Thursday or Friday, right? So it's just Tuesday. It's Tuesday today. Just Tuesdays. Why does it feel like it's always been like a week or something? I don't know. Feels very long. Okay. Okay, let's. Okay, let me start with the. We already have done this, right? Okay. So we have a lot of downloads to cover today. Let's just begin. Okay, let me just open my laptop also because I don't have the official word for it. For the download, I don't have, but I'm sure there's a technical word for it. Hang on, guys. One moment. Just put this here. This have to be careful, not just a second. Okay, so let us begin. Okay, so my first download that was given, that I still have to like share with you is, I think there is somebody that is progressing at a rate that it's just somehow almost not visible. It's not slow, don't get me wrong, it's the other way around. It's so fast, the progression is so fast that it's not visible. So how I know it, it's quite contradictory to how it sounds, right? But I know, let me come with it. I'll come to the point in 5 minutes. Bear with me. Alright, so I was shown there's a phenomena. That's the phenomena. The actual term, the scientific term for the phenomena is, I'm just gonna check that. 333 on the clock. Oh my god, like I just was given 333. So mind, body and soul fully aligned. So whoever resonates with number 333, this is for you. This message is for you. If you're seeing this angel number, alright. So it is like the divine gave me, like there's this phenomena, all right, a scientific phenomena, all right. This is not a spiritual bit that I'm talking about literal scientific terms, where you see a helicopter. They showed me a helicopter which just when goes up, the rotation of the those blades, right, is so fast that it doesn't decipher. If you were to like capture it in a camera, I don't know how it would look like otherwise. But if you were to capture it in the camera, it'll look like the blades are almost like still. It'll literally be like so. And you will see the helicopter rising and flying away, and you'll be like, bro, ye chal kaise raha hai? Because there is literally no movement. Like the blades would be absolutely, would seem, alright, or would appear to be absolutely like stationary, like so. Let's say the blades like so. Literally like so. absolutely stationary. That's how they would appear. So I think it's called effer or something. I don't know. Some effer word in it. Hang on, I'll just pull it out. And that's what the divine is saying, that it's almost like it's not visible, and it's for your protection. Let me give you that. If don't take it the other way around. Let me just, calm your mind there. If it is not, there is progression. It is so fast. It is so fast. The blades are moving so fast that it appears to the outer world that there is no movement. If that makes sense, right? So hang on. Let me just pull out. I should have got this out earlier, but I just had other things to do. Hang on. Yeah, it's called, okay, no, so it's not F or something, it's called stroboscopic effect. All right, it's like I said, it's an illusion. So again, see, the illusion word was given to me right here. I didn't have it earlier. So it's almost like when I said it's for your protection, it could be that this is just like an illusion created for the outer world to not be able to like stall your movement, or like we got this this message in the last read, if you remember, that like people trying to stall somebody's new beginning, and like doing everything, like remember the magician card, they're doing everything that they can. They have the resources, so they're doing everything that they can to stall someone's movement, right, to impair it, or to whichever you want to call it. Okay, so it is almost like divine is saying that when a helicon, the blades appear perfectly still in mid-air. This is purely an optical illusion. And I was getting with this is purely, absolutely 100%. This is only for your protection. Confirmation. It's only for your protection. All right. It's called the stroboscopic effect. You can read about it. It happens when the camera's frame rate perfectly syncs with the exact speed of the spinning blade. So everything, you know the frames per second, frames per minute bit, right? So when the camera were to capture like an helicopter taking off, if it is exactly of the same rate, the camera's rate of taking the pictures per second, that frames per second, and the rate at which the blades are moving, something that needs, if it is absolutely proportionately synced, the blades would appear to be absolutely still, and this would look like almost like a magic trick. It would look like supernatural, but it is absolutely scientific. It just appears so because of a scientific reason. But let me tell you, this is purely for your protection. I have already said this, I think 3 times, so you must 808 on the clock, so you absolutely must just internalize this, that you also, I think there might also be a message, kind of like a message for you to also keep it under wraps. So if, let's say, if you are progressing at a certain rate, you're doing new things, your new projects, your new endeavors, or whatever, just keep them under wraps. We shared this last time. Okay, this is like almost like continuation from there. All right, so the point is that you must keep your projects under wrap right now. Don't share. If you remember, I said that, like, don't share it with even the people that you trust the most. Don't trust anybody randomly, okay? But yes, even like with your close family that you might consider, just don't share it. If you have like close friends, you have a lot of friends or something, don't share it. If you have like, let's say, a close circle or something, I would say don't share it. I would go as far as saying absolutely don't share it with someone. But yes, your spouse, your parents, I'm sure, just try to keep it like as much under wraps as possible. Let me put it that way. All right, just do this, because but this stroboscopic, I got it. Tongue twister, huh? This might also be that they are not able to even, your ops might not even be able to perceive it. They may not be able to like make heads and tails of it, right? That much. I think there's a reason behind this. There's a lot of, there's almost like a bubble of protection around you. and divine is doing everything possible to keep things under wraps so that they are not attacked unduly. Although obviously you're protected and you're going to be taken care of, but still it's just, like I said last time, it's much easier this way, right? It's just much easier than letting other people attack it. Then we just counter attack, or we just do our protection things. You don't need it. It's protected in the first place. You don't have to go ahead and just protect it later, fiercely. All right. So just keep that in mind. Again, helicopter. Absolutely. See, divine would not do that. Think of it this way. Obviously you're protected, obviously you'll be taken care of, but think of it this way, divine is not, if divine already, they could, our divine team could also just bonk about it or something, right? See what we did, something like that. No, but they want it to be not, in fact there is somebody else also says, another, one of my chosen ones, my soul tribe, she also said something like this, that if there is people not involved in a project, just take it as almost 11 of the clock. Take it as divine's design, because those people are not meant to be a part of it. They are not meant to be a part of the blessing. You're getting the point. So that is how they are not meant to be a part of the success, the victory story. If only they could probably just cause undue obstructions or whatever. That's exactly what the point is, and they are not supposed to be a part of the victory lap. Okay, so just don't take them along. Getting what I'm saying? Just so you know. So the whole reason is to achieve that the divine is literally already just pushing everybody out and asking you to absolutely keep it, under covers. All right. Okay, that being that stroboscopic effect. Okay, that. Then I was given. Okay, this is, I was, which one should I do? Because I don't want to, it's already 12 minutes. Okay, let me do Isaiah. I was given Isaiah 40:31. So, Bible verse from the book of Isaiah. So, it'll be chapter 40, verse 31. Okay, 1 second. Let me just open. They might, I think your ops might also be trying to just keep you quiet. Oh my God, it literally is Isaiah. And I didn't even, wow, what's to be? Chapter 40, it's literally the book of Isaiah open. And I had not opened this earlier, 40 and 31. Okay, the name of the chapter is The Lord's Glory in Israel's Liberation. The Promise of Salvation. Lord's glory, the Lord's glory and Israel's liberation. Take it as you, all right? Lord's glory in Israel's liberation and promise of salvation. All right. Okay, so let's go to 31. Oh, yeah, sorry, the point I was making earlier, let me finish that. So it could be that they're trying to keep you quiet. I don't know why this keeps coming up. It's like trying to keep you quiet, that if you don't speak, you don't 1333 on the clock, bro. This is the truth, absolute 100% gospel truth, stamped, notarized by divine. I'm telling you. So they're trying to keep you quiet. I don't know how that does anything. I don't know. You keep someone quiet, like how you can मुंह पे कुछ रख दोगे, चुप करा, कैसे चुप करा दोगे? At the most, spiritually, they can attack your throat chakra. That's what they can do. They can attack your third eye. They can attack your crown chakra. They can attack you there, but I don't think there's anything they can really do. They can attack. They can try, but what has been promised to us by the God, that no weapons formed against us shall prosper. That's God's message. That's God's promise. No weapons formed against us shall prosper. All right, it doesn't, and you'll see each and every chosen one who has heard about this will stress on the fact that it says no weapon formed against us shall prosper. It doesn't say that the weapons won't be formed. It says yes. It's almost like these people are almost like a part of, if Earth is a learning school spiritually, then these people are a part of the curriculum. the evil ones, the bad ones, the shady ones, the liars, the deceivers, the smear campaigners, all right, all of them are a part of the curriculum. Just take it that way, all right, and just everything would just look much easier and simpler. Okay, so just so you know, the promise is that no weapon against formed us shall prosper. Okay. Okay, so Isaiah 40:31, wow, it's a long chapter. Oh, 31 is literally the last para, and it says, they that hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on eagle's wings. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not grow faint. So, okay, let me repeat that for all those who don't have it in front of them. If you have the time, you can open it on your mobiles or whatever devices you're logging in from. So it says, they, as in us, they that hope in the Lord, that believe in the Lord, that trust the Lord, that trust the Almighty God, will renew their strength. All right, you would, and quite literally also, you would have seen a lot of chosen ones. If you have ever been around chosen ones, if you've ever been around someone who has been literally been picked up, handpicked by God for a purpose, you will see they have unnatural, supernatural strength in them. They go on when others would absolutely not be able to. You'll almost feel like that's not human. No human can do that. It's almost like they do things that are miraculous almost, because that strength to do that comes from the Lord, comes from divine. It doesn't come from a human body, or it doesn't come from a human experience. It comes directly from the Lord. All right. Then they say they will soar on eagle's wings. That means they'll go to new heights. All right. Those are the people that the ones that hope in the Lord, they believe in the Lord, they have faith in the Lord, will soar on eagle's wings. They will go up higher in the air. All right. They will make progress. They'll touch new heights in their life. All right. They will run and not grow weary. As in, they will keep doing the work. As in, again, the same part of supernatural strength. All right. They will run and not grow weary. कितना भी काम मतलब उनके साथ में, you see them. They're doing such super. That is why they're chosen for those purposes. Because normal, regular human beings, the ones that are born without a purpose or without a mission, without an assignment, they would not be able to do it. So, but chosen ones, they run. Confirmation 1:1:1:1. A long-awaited breakthrough is near. Chosen. Imagine I think it's almost like your patience has been rewarded. It's literally came that, a long, awaited breakthrough. Something that you have been manifesting, you have been dreaming, you have been working on. All right. Most importantly, something that you've been working on is going to come to fruition. Just got a confirmation number 1111. All right, so they will soar on eagle's wings. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not grow faint. All right, so however long it takes, or whatever it takes, or no matter how many people you have to fight, no matter how much strength you have to show, no matter how many people come against you, no matter how many, resources they employ against you, you shall win. You shall win, my chosen. All right, let me see if there's anything extra that has been given here for this verse. 1 second. No, nothing else is given for this. Okay, great. So Isaiah chapter 40 verse 31 was given to me, so you can take a look, see yourself. All right. Okay, this being this, and I was also given angel number 1222 that has been coming. So I do not have the count, guys, how many times it comes in a day to me. So I know for a fact that it must be for my collective. If I haven't shared it, I think I did share it once, but this is like a consistent angel number, like one of the most persistent ones lately, like in the past 2-3 months. It would be this 1222. Let me see what I had it here though. This one I had seen earlier, so I can tell you this could be a lot. Angel number is this 1222. Angel number is a powerful message of divine support. Right, this is for you guys. Divine support, spiritual growth, and personal empowerment. So there could be, why personal empowerment here now, collective? Why this especially the term personal empowerment? Because a lot of people, you would have fought a lot of people, and these people would have tried to take your power away from you, like try to take your work's credit for you, they must have tried to steal your work also, let's say, or not to give you enough credit for it, or to undervalue you, or try to attack your confidence, they try to attack your gifts, they try to attack anything that is a strength that is attached to you. All right, so again, you have taken your power back from these people, the simplest way is not to listen to those buffoons. I'll tell you what, just don't listen to them. That's it. That's all you need to do. Most of these people, they run on validation. Just if you lend your ear to that crap, they'll feel validated. You just don't have to hear it. That's all it takes. You don't hear it, it doesn't come into your system, and that's it. That's as simple as that. Okay, so it says this is a message of divine support. Already God is supporting you in this, so obviously they are out. All right, divine support, spiritual growth, and personal empowerment. It urges you to step into a leadership role. All right, leadership role in your own life. Maintain a balanced perspective and trust that your current goals are coming to fruition. Again, the same thing. So it is that, that illusion that has been created is 2121 on the clock it was. So that illusion has been created for, I think, to distract certain negative elements from your life. But that could also be it. So I don't know, it could, take it as it resonates, my collective. Okay, love and relationships. So it could also, kind of relate to relationships, like in partnerships. Okay, signals a phase of deepening commitment, harmony, and mutual spiritual growth, nurturing bonds, or career and growth, actual manifestation. That your guardian angels are confirming that you're on the right path. So whatever you're doing very well. Keep going. There's a cosmic green light. So 1222 is a cosmic 2122 on the clock. Your guardian angels are confirming that you're on the right path. It's a cosmic green light to confidently pursue your ambitions and take advantage of new opportunities. Confirmation. Remember the new beginnings. I'm telling you, this is almost like a continuation from the last reading. We haven't been able to break the energy, or it's not needed for us to break the energy. That's that. New beginnings. All right, step by step progress. So its sequence reminds you that steady, deliberate progress, represented by 222, is better, more lasting results than rushing. So the man is saying that we are taking our time to do it right. Simple as that. All right, and take your time rather. Balance. The repeating 22s indicate the need for harmony between your material aspirations and your spiritual well-being. Like, if, for instance, if you also do two things, right? Divine is asking you to take stock and just balance your life. All right, do not be overdoing any bit of it. Like, you have your 3D life that you also have to live. This is your karma bhumi, where you have to perform your karma as well. You've taken this birth, so along when you take a human birth, it comes with a certain set of responsibilities. You have to do those as well. All right, so there has to be a balance between your material life, between your 3D life and your spiritual life. All right, 3D and your 5D life, and material and spiritual life. Take it as that. Trust your intuition. So your inner wisdom is guiding you in the right direction. Just so you know, that's right, that's right, that's wrong, that's wrong. You know it. Your gut knows it. And don't go by what is on the surface. Go by how you feel. Trust your intuition. Okay, that's that. Okay, maybe that's that. Okay, and then so 1222, that was the only angel number I was given as yet for you guys. Okay, all right, let me also do, okay, there was something about, okay, yeah, this word was given to me. In fact, this morning I got this morning, early morning, while I was in in that connection mode, and Divine gave me spring. It was like just the word spring. And I just did a little bit of, tiny bit of research on that. Okay, so wait a minute, I also have it saved. Just bear with me, collective. Hang on for a moment. Yeah, got it. Okay, wait. So I had this, like I said, the download given to me was SPRUNG. Alright, now SPRUNG has not just one meaning. What was shown in my head was something that springs forth. Alright, like literally the mechanical spring, and divine confirmed the word that came in my head, mechanical. Divine confirmed it also. Alright, so although there are 4 meanings, we'll just go through all of them, and I know all of them resonate, but especially the one that you know just a literal spring that is in our ball pens, or that's just in our mattresses, the spring, right? The spring that I don't have to explain it. That spring, it is literally like almost when you are being suppressed. How do we do? How does a spring really work? It is pushed under, it is stretched, or it is bent, it is pressured, and then when that pressure is removed, anything that is on that spring, that it literally pushes forward, right? It's almost like, let's say you were on like, let's say you were between the pressure and the spring. You're right between the pressure that is applied by an external force, or by the worldly forces, or even like negative forces, or whatever, even positive forces. They can also apply pressure. Some pressure is really good pressure, right, for us to perform and everything, right? So that pressure is pushed. You're right here, right on the spring, all right, and then that pressure is applied, and then when it's suddenly removed, it's like you'll burst forward. You know what I mean? So that pressure that was applied on you actually helped you to spring forth. That is what I got in the first go. That is what, and divine also like I said, confirmed it, not just kind of, confirmed it that very moment. That's mechanical spring, just had, but it has various other meanings that are very interesting to me. Hang on. So it has like almost the 4 main definitions for spring would be the season spring, all right, of course, the spring season. So that transitional season. Now remember, transitional. Now you're about to start your new beginning, or you have just started your new business, career opportunity, new project, endeavor, whatever it is that you want to do, even if you just want to like start your spiritual practice or whatever you want to do. Okay, whatever it is, or you want to like just read a book, or why did I say write a book? If you're going to write a book, could be about to write a book, okay, that kind of endeavor. You're in that transition phase when you're like, you've made up your mind, and you're about to start that transitional state from thinking, executing, taking decision, thinking, deciding, and executing it rather. All right, that transitional state. See, so it says the transitional season between winter and summer. All right, winter is when it's all covered by snow, things are cold, and summer is when everything blooms, all the colors are visible, right? So that transitional weather is known as spring. All right, again, between things, something between, transitional. All right, in the northern hemisphere it is okay, whatever. This is the season where the flowers bloom. All right, and it's a rebirth. It's almost like the rebirth of planet Earth. How beautiful is that? That's exactly what it is, just another way around. That you've been put in that, now you're literally entering your spring season, where the flowers will be blooming, there'll be colors everywhere, all right? And things are going to come to fruition. Flowers blooming would be fruition. Also, when it says an adage, in spiritual terms, I think it's mostly used in spirituality, there's an adage which says, getting your flowers, So getting your flowers means that literally you getting credit for what you do. You actually getting name, fame, money in lieu of that. You getting your flowers is when you're being acknowledged by the 3D and the 5D selves. that is called getting. So I just got that also. You'll be getting your flowers. All right. So that's that two meanings of spring, right? That spring forth wala spring, and then this spring as in the season spring. Okay, the mechanical one I already told you. An elastic, coiled or curved piece of metal, which is pressed or stretched or bent, it returns to its original shape when released, right? So when it does, it just sets thing up, it gets being pushed forward at almost like 10 times the rate, right? Usage. Okay, there's a water source now. Okay. Oh, the spring as in a water spring. Okay, a natural source of water formed when the groundwater percolates up through the earth's surface to flow as fresh surface water. These can range from small trickling streams to large thermal hot springs as well. So the water, so a spring, the other water source spring meaning would be like that water that is coming literally from the earth. It's coming up, it rises from the earth and comes to the surface and flows. Do you hear me, collective? There's something like that, that talent, some skill, some art that you have inside of you, a mission, a purpose that is inside of you is coming forth now. It's coming to the surface and it's going to start to flow, which means flowing as in it will start to prosper. It start to 144. I just saw 144 on the clock. So it could literally be your purpose. So we are put in a state, and when it's the right time, which is my next divine timing is my next download. It's like literally the time, the right. So we have that, we are programmed a certain way. If we are chosen ones, are programmed a certain way, and there's that particular time at which that awakening is switched on. All right, and that purpose is activated. This might be that time when you're activated. All right, and that purpose is going to now, that the skill set or whatever it is going to rise up. That talent is going to rise up, and you're going to make your mark. You're going to flow. All right, and now it's going to be for everyone to see. When it was under the surface, when it was inside earth, nobody could see it. All right, the water was still there, but nobody could see it. It's what concealed. Again, going back to our original thought, I'm telling you, it's concealed. That helicopter, not people watching it from a certain lens. Camera is a lens, right? They're watching it. When you watch it through the camera lens, you might not be able to see any movement. They're watching it from their perspective. People are watching from a certain lens, which translates as perspective. Or they're watching it and they're not able to see any movement. But the helicopter is not only risen, it's literally just, flying away. And they see that as a supernatural event, but they're not able to see it because of the camera. They can't see the movement because of the camera lens. All right, so understand that. So again, this is the same talent that comes. It's going to come from within. Some power, some strength, some skill, some spiritual gift, whatever it is for you. Take it as it resonates. It's going to spring forward. It's going to spring up. Yeah. Okay. And then I was the fourth meaning of this is to jump or emerge. Right? To jump or, so as a verb, it would be to jump or to move suddenly and rapidly forward and upward. That is to spring. It's not just to spring, is to move forward or upward. Okay, so spring, that is coming in. Figuratively, it can also mean to originate, to begin, or to suddenly emerge. I just said that. You see my collective, so just so you know, you're like right there. And there's also saying that the proper idioms like springing into action, spring to mind, or spring in your step. When they say there's a happiness, there's a pep in your step, that spring in your step. All right, so that is what is. So I think all of this is going to resonate with you. All of it is given. Just so you know, that mechanical one was reconfirmed. Why? Because there might just be external. If there were people applying external pressure, as it is, you will move forward once that pressure is removed. So I think we have had this downloads earlier also that you've been removed from a certain situation, right? Because they were just keeping you stagnant or something. If you have been removed or relocated, or just so you know, that was the pressure that was being applied on, and that same exact pressure that was keeping you stagnant, once removed, is going to spring you forward. That same exact pressure. So let whatever your ops might be doing, they would literally be doing you a favor unwillingly, unfortunately for them, but yeah. So whatever tactics they employed to keep you stagnant, let's say they did not give you your promotion, or they don't give you credit for your work, they stole credit for your work, or they gave your work credit to other people, let's say that, let's just put it that way. All right, could literally be a home situation, domestic situation for someone, whatever, like you, whatever. Okay, I don't know, I just can't. I'm very lucky to have a very good family, but just so you know, it could be you know, a personal situation as well. It could literally be that, and that is pressure that kept you stagnant, did not let you move, did not let you progress, has been removed, and that same exact pressure is going to be absolutely critical to your movement forward. Just so you know, all right? And the next I already told you was divine timing. This was just, it came in very simply, just trust divine timing. Just so you know, there's going to be that pressure is required, all right? That was whatever was applied on to you has been it. So when divine lets it happen for a certain time, because we just want it to be our launch pattern, okay? Just remember divine timing, okay? Nothing beats divine timing. So whatever is happening, let it just be with the flow right now, okay? That being that, just trust the divine timing. And in fact, that Isaiah verse that we got, na, confirmation, it also, in fact, I was given this, I forgot to tell you, I was given this eagle again. This that it says soaring on eagle's wings, right? I was shown this eagle also. So there's something that you will do that will either be exactly like flying, all right? It could literally exactly be like flying. 3727 on the clock. I don't know. It could be that you will be flying a lot. You will be whatever this change is, its new beginning is, would require you to travel a lot in a plane. It could literally be that, because it is flying. Like, it could be that. It could be like a high flyer that is now going to be your new life, or something. But it could be like in symbolically, it could mean that you're going to rise really high. And eagles fly really high, and they fly solo. They don't have like a zillion people, again the same protection, but they don't do it in a herd or like in a flock or anything. They do it on their own. They are solo people, solo beings. People to nahi care. Eagles are solo beings, all right? I'm sure I offended the fraternity of eagles right now. Don't call it people. But just so you know what I'm trying to say, they do it alone, all by themselves. Whatever they do, they hunt, they prey, they do it on their own. They fly high on their own. All right, just so you know. So this might literally be you doing it all by yourself. All right, you're going to be flying really high, both metaphorically and really figuratively. You could really, this could be shunting cities, traveling the world. That could be a new life. That could be a part of your new life, is what I'm saying. Yeah. Okay. And then something I was again given Chintamani today. And I know Chintamani, and I did not get it just once. I'm sure I got it a couple of times. And you remember Chintamani is that same parsmani that can turn lead and mercury into gold and silver. Again, whatever your skill is, whatever you're doing, is going to turn junk into precious metals. Something on that lines. Something that's what you're going to bring into this world. Something like that. Okay, so yeah, that's that. Oh yeah, I have a message from your ancestors as well. Okay, since we love them so much and we are extremely grateful and thankful to them that they are around us, they help us and guide us and protect us. All right. So if you remember my last reading where I shared 2 visions, right? I told you that last reading, not last reading, the first one last week. All right, where I shared 2 prophetic dreams / visions. Where in the first one I said there's this female op of mine that I know, like that was that person. And again, it could symbolically be your enemies cumulatively. I think it was not just one enemy, it could be multiple enemies, but that person symbolized your enemy or a group of enemies or the army of enemies, whatever, it doesn't matter. Yeah, those. So I saw this person being taken away. If you remember, I told you that. And then I saw me being with my group, and there was just water everywhere. It was just a sudden release of divine, what is that term? Divine, of course, favor, of course, resources, of course, prosperity. There is a term for this: divine providence. Thank you, divine. All right. If you remember, I was with my ancestors. I know it. I was with them. They were the ones who were with me, right? Taking my ancestors or my angels, whatever, or my deities, whoever. It seemed like my ancestors. All right. So I was literally just okay. So rolling back, cut to 2-3 days ago, I think I got this, and I was just sitting, and Zen was on doing his work and everything, so I have all the time in the world now. So I just literally went into the other room so that he's not disturbed, and I thought let me just switch on the TV. Let's see, I can watch a movie now. I never had the time to watch movies like otherwise, on a working day. I'm like, okay, let me just in the afternoon now, so let me just what? So I don't know why, I just asked. It was a rhetorical question. It's almost like I asked myself, so what would I like to? I said, what would we like to watch? So what would we like to watch? I'm very thankful for all the downtime I'm getting. I'm telling you that because I've been working for so long in my life. This downtime is like, it's literally God's gift for me to just enjoy this life, soft life as well. Alright, so I was very happy doing it, and my happiness, I just did so what would we like to watch? And you would not believe it. The answer came out loud. It was like John Wick. It was literally like John Wick. I was like, okay. That was quick. Literally, I don't know why I said it out loud instead of just saying it in my head. I was literally alone because, as I told you, Zen was in the other room. He was just on his computer, and I didn't want to disturb him, so I went into the other room to watch TV. And that, I don't know, again, I'm just telling the scene. Imagine you being alone and just, I don't know why I spoke to myself like that, but I was just, again, very happy that I have the time to watch movies now, the ones that I want to watch. Yeah, all right. So just there is another level of comfort of just being in your PJs and having that, just have your nimbu pani in your hand, yeah, and just have something to eat and watch it on TV. This on a dreaded summer afternoon where it's like literally 45 degrees outside. There's just some sort of pleasure and blessing in that. I'm telling you this. Okay, so I was just happy about that. I'm not the one out in the sun or doing anything, and just enjoying this. That I have been blessed with this soft life as well. Okay, so in my gratitude, I just said, so what would we like to watch? So and literally, I mean, there was not even like a 5-second gap or anything. It was just the moment I stopped talking, and the answer came like John Wick. Why I said the answers to bit is because I knew that those were someone's ancestors, just like it could also be mine. All right, I'm not saying these were not mine. Mine are, like I said, mine are badass, bro. But this definitely is for someone's 444 on the clock. I'm telling ya, someone's ancestors who were right in that boxing gloves, red boxing gloves in unke haath mein, and they were like, we just gonna go John Wick on the ops. They're in that mood, they're sitting in that badassery mood, you know. They're like, abhi humko, we just want to whoop their asses, that kind of mood, you know. They're already very happy about just अब हमें हाथ साफ करने को मिल रहे हैं, हाथ खोलने को मिलेंगे लोगों पे. That is the mood in the camp, you know. So that is how I felt in their voice. I was like, amazing. And yes, we went on to watch went on to watch John Wick. But yeah, it was amazing. I think that moment itself, I like played it like 10 times in my head because it was hilarious. It was hilarious. I was like, oh my god, that is so wonderful. All right, so but yeah, that's how the ancestors, you know, they're always protecting. Remember this, jokes apart, our ancestors are always protecting us, always. But then you also have to imagine they are great people, and you are like, I'm talking about my karmics. Let's say your ancestors were actually great people, and you have like, you know, been blessed with their good karma. You have a good life because of their great karma, but you're not mucking it up now. You know, you're just imagine उनको कैसा लग रहा होगा. They're like, ये इसके लिए हमने इतने अच्छे कर्म करे थे. That's what I also feel like. Imagine, so my ancestors are extremely proud of me, and I hope yours are too. Just always like, just make sure, keep them in your prayers. Do something nice for them every once in a while. And that doesn't mean that you're going out of your way or doing anything. Just make them proud, yeah. Just do right things. Even when no one's looking, just do right things. Know that your ancestors are always looking at you. Know that they're like parents, they're always judging you. Remember that. That's it. Okay, Archangel Michael. We started with literally Archangel Michael's blessing and him being, you know, you must have just spotted something that obviously we're, like I said, we're always under attack, whatever. But whatever. It is what it is. I'm changing it. Like I said, it's a part of the curriculum. So when you want like, off free life नहीं होती है यार. They'll always be around. ये दो मरेंगे और दो पैदा हो जाएंगे, something like that. Okay, so let's just take my cards. We are on 47 minutes and the match is on. It's the first knock off keh rahe, but like used to call the old way, we used to call it a knockout, you know, whatever. ठीक है, जो भी कह रहे it is. Okay, no, the very great card on the literally triumphant was on, but yeah, let's just take out cards. All right, yeah, let's just take these out first. Yaar, on stalking is right here. Someone's stalking you. War surprise, and these must be the same it wants to let's move. Then there's Aristotle, Nietzsche. Okay, the stalkers might actually Aristotle and stalking. Okay, no, it's not. Aristotle is not stalking. No, but it's just that these people could literally be obsessed with the way you think. Obsessed with that, the way you think. Yeah, I do feel it's something like that. Something like, oh, how you think, how would you perceive it? Or because they see it from that angle where they don't see things. You know what I'm saying? That camera lens, helicopter wings, they don't see the movement, they don't see it. So they probably have to like either depend on you to be able to see certain things. It could also be that, yes. It could also be that they might be stalking you because they can't directly ask for help, but they might need, if they need insight on certain things, they maybe stalk you to see how you would react, how would you decipher it, how would you decode it. That could also be it. Yeah, that's not so bad, but don't stalk. You can directly ask, don't stalk. But yeah, but then that's how they are, right? And they may not want to give you credit for the fact that you're guiding them in a way. Not in a way you are guiding them, but they don't want to give you credit for it. So it's like they do it indirectly. They just stalk you and see what you like to do, what you do, how you say things, how you perceive them, and then it's almost has that copycat feel to it. They look at you so that they can. You're almost like the blueprint of doing things. So if you're not there, they don't have the blueprint, but you're there, they know what to, how, whom they follow you. Just so you know, they follow you, your perspective, they know, they agree with you, but they won't give you credit for it. That is why they're stalking. That's why they're not directly asking, they're stalking you. They're not asking for help, they're like, free mein mil jaye mere ko. Yeah. Revelation. So yeah, like revelation again would, yes, it would be almost like on those lines, right? Revelations that you bring out the truth that they can't directly see on the surface. They are not able to decipher it. They don't have a spiritual side. They're, you know, the brain hemisphere they don't, both the left and the right, 909 on the clock here, they don't have two clocks here. There's one that you see here, this one, and there's one right here which says 909. Okay, so but it could be that they, like I was saying, that they don't see it the way you see it, and it could be that, like, from the higher ground, that higher perspective, contribution, higher perspective, as in from the eagle's, the bird's eye view, would be like from a vantage point. Okay, you know what I'm trying to say? But they're stalking you because they don't want to give you credit that they take guidance from you, so they stalk you, apart from doing many other things with it. But yeah, make it happen. So you make it happen. My corrector, it says make it happen, sorry, make it happen. So you make it happen, or you're going to make it happen. Whatever dreams are, whatever your aspirations are, all are going to happen. Don't worry about it. Mother Earth. Ooh, so Mother Earth. It could also be that your purpose, your purpose, or your mission, your assignment could also be related to Mother Gaia. Could also be could be related to her. Could literally be her blessing. Pretty. Someone thinks it could literally. I just recheck. It's not petty. No, it's pretty. Someone could really think that you're very pretty. You're quite beautiful. I really feel someone thinks that you're quite pretty. Okay. Right. But yeah, they're stalking, and again won't give you credit to take your, that they're taking your confirmation, that they're taking your guidance, or they follow you in a certain way, or they copy you, or they take your, they literally just copy your work, on those, something on those lines, right? But it did come across as guidance. That's what it did. 5251 on the clock. Okay, so these are popping. Let's just take these first. Okay, this one is vanish. Oh, suddenly vanish again. Removed. I think you were like removed from that again. Same, I don't have to do that same exact thing that I've done 5 times already. That spring, the pressure applied, and then that pressure is removed. I think you could have been removed from a situation that was just not serving you anymore. Alright, that pressure can also be applied only up to a point, until that spring squeezes to literally the last spiral bit, right, to the base. After that, there's no extra pressure that you can apply on it. It would not work. Alright, so that pressure, I think they had that situation had done its best. Had whatever is required of that situation has already happened. I think whatever was expected, whatever divine wanted to teach you, divine wanted you to like just learn, train yourself, whatever it was, that was already like, that's saturated. That was saturated rather. So I think, or maybe somebody's just about to be removed or something, if you haven't been removed already. Okay, so because it came in present tense, so I do think there is someone who's not been removed. Maybe they're just about to vanish, or that you, or more than, either you will vanish from that situation, or that pressure that has been applied, that external pressure is going to vanish, and then you'll be like, what happened, where to, something like that, because that situation had served itself. It's expired now. Getting what I'm saying? Okay, so now you're expected to fly. Alright, here you go. Let's just take a few more cards, and I will 54 minutes, and I'll just wrap it up. Okay, let's just take these. What do we have? We have भाई Aristotle था, now we have Freud. Again, Freud, we talked about this, and I think Freud came in last time also, and I started and then I just, something else just took over. Freud is the one who does a lot of who worked on psychology, right? A lot on psychology, isn't it? So it could literally be, something about mind games, or, psychic attacks, spiritual warfare-ish, but mind games and spiritual attacks are not the same, but I'm just saying on those lines. Something that, okay, why am I feeling inclined to just open it? 1 second, hang on guys. He was the founder, we talked about this, he was the founder of psychoanalysis, right? A clinical method of evaluating and treating pathologies arising from conflicts in the psyche through dialogue between patient and the psychoanalyst, and the distinctive theory of mind and human agency derived from it. Again, it pertains to, I already told you it. This is what exactly I was trying to say last time also, but I don't think I was able to finish my sentence, and he is coming again. Something about the mind bit. Maybe some people were playing mind games with you or something, just so you know that frigging soccer is going to be played back with them. You're out of that situation, or you're going to be taken out, like I said, already told you. You're going to be either taken out right away. This, wherever you find this reading, just so you know, you're going to be taken out of the situation like literally any moment now, or you've already been taken out of that situation, all right, just so you know. So whatever the mind games they were playing, like whatever they were doing, again, it's all, when you're, whatever it is, let's not go there, okay? Whatever you have been removed from, just so you know that same game is going to be that same, I just said soccer game, going to be like that. The brain is going to be used literally as a soccer ball. Divine is going to kick it around just as much, or at least 7 times. I don't know, I just so you know, that football game came into my head. So it could also be a lot pertaining to football, something pertaining to soccer. Okay, something how, because you see a lot of soccer, or any sport for that matter, let's say cricket that is on right now in our country, all right? So it could be literally, it's a lot about mind, your strength of mind, resilience, and how you able to read somebody else's mind in order to win over them, one up them. And then in order, is not just the mind, it's also a lot of skill, but it has a lot to play with mind, right? It's not a performative, it's not gymnastics where you're not directly competing with somebody in a field. Gymnastics would be something different, but soccer, that is what Divine gave me, soccer. 2 teams really going for it. Again, it's a team sport. It's not, you're not alone, so it's you, your spirit team. All right, a team sport where, and of course, they have got their evil army. You've got your spirit team, your angels, your deities, your gods, everybody around you, your ancestors leading you. And this is going to be again that same, they're going to the 2 teams are going to why do I feel it's literally they're just ready to John Wick them. Something about the soccer game where people are outwitted in terms of mind. All right, you play other people out. They see their, how they do things, what formations they have, and how they do stuff, all of that, and you beat them at it. That's how you score, right? You beat them at it with your skill, right? All of that. So concerns, something about concerns. Okay, what about concerns, Divine? Let me put it, no, there is space here, let me just put it here. Concern, okay, vanished concerns. Oh, it could also be that your concerns have been now vanished. So whatever concern has, and whatever problems or whatever was given to you, all that undue pressure that was not even needed. Like I said, that that spring is already at its base, it's not needed. That pressure was not doing anything for you. So long as it was, giving us something, giving the chosen something, giving you something, was being fruitful, directly or indirectly, that was needed. But when it served its purpose, it has been removed, it has been vanished. Alright, so that concern has been vanished from your life. Or if you have a concern in your life, ye kaise, wo kaise hoga, falana dhimkana, I need this, I need that, whatever, it's going to vanish, not even resolve. There's going to be no effort needed from you. It's going to vanish. No effort required from your end. You just sit and live your soft life. Okay. Then we have alternate. Alternate is under stocking. What about alternate stocking? They could be using alternate methods to stalk you. Like, these people could not only just stalk you physically, but could also stalk you spiritually. You know, they could just, let's say for instance, if they could try to find out how you're feeling, how you're doing spiritually. This is, let's say, tarot, or they want to find out your plans. This is an alternate way of stalking. It's not direct, like you know, just not just physical stalking, or maybe they're not able to physically stalk you, great, or but they are trying out alternate ways to stalk you. Okay, just so you know. Mental. Did Freud not come? And Freud is still on top here. Mental. I'm telling you, this is all a mental game. Literally is. And it started with maybe your ops thinking that they're playing a game or something that was like quite fun for them or something, but now it's going to turn into like a football game. I told you, like, it's going to literally be a soccer game where they won't know what hit them. And again, you are not alone and you don't have to do anything. It's your spirit team against their evil army. All right, just so you know. Let's take out few more cards. 0101 on the clock. Let's just take out few more cards, right? Let's just literally these were the last ones. 1 hour, 1 minute and 24 seconds. Okay, now there's a lot here. Thoughts. RAC, mental, alternate, thoughts, Freud, thoughts. Again, and thoughts. Oh, thoughts is right under make it happen. So you've been asked to like manifest it, and you don't have to do anything to manifest it. You have to just believe that it's already done. Believe in the Lord. You know, one who hopes in the Lord will fly. The one who hopes in the Lord, who has faith in the Lord, would be given the strength and the resilience to do it, right? Just how can you make it happen? It's just your mental, you know, your surrender to God. That you need to surrender your mind and your heart to God and just let it flow. That's all you need to do. Okay, something about hiding. Hiding is under Mother Earth. Oh, see, we just got that spring wala metaphor. I correct myself. It wasn't a metaphor. It talked about that spring, that stream that comes from the earth and then starts to flow. And it's coming, and I told you that it's almost like divine was hiding that inside, that you're not activated. You were activated on a certain time, and then that spring rises up to the, you know, to the surface and then starts to flow. It's almost like that this whatever gift you have was hiding in Mother Earth. All right, and it's just about to start flowing. It was hiding until now. I got a confirmation, 100%. All right. Ooh, and then we have Lord Ganesha. 1 second. Here it is. One moment. Lord Ganesha, Vignaharta. So again, he's a Vignaharta. So he removes obstacles. All right, and he is right adjacent to Vanish. So you know he's doing. You know, he's like, just don't worry about it. And this could all be, I know Lord Ganesha I have a very, very, very special bond with him. Like really special bond with him. So if he has shown up here, I'm telling that he's literally removing things. He's just, when he arrives, everything, you know, gets sorted on its own. He doesn't even have to fight. He arrives and things are sorted at that very moment. All right, and he's under pretty. All right, so pretty. So everything is going to be like, when it's pretty, metaphorically pretty in the sense, it's going to be like everything is going to be in order. Everything is, all that obstructions and problems and concerns have been removed from your life. All right, it's pretty now. Okay, and opportune, and see that this is literally the second pink card, and it's only under the other pink card that we have. The first one, that is, like, pink cards are right in order with each other. That's the prettiness of it. You know what I mean? So it's like everything. I just said that everything is going to be in order. When Lord Ganesha arrives, he doesn't have to arrive and fight for you. When he arrives, everything as it is, it ठीक हो जाता है अपने आप से. My own life story. Again, I told you, one day I'll just cover all the miracles in my life. Lord Ganesha will be almost the first one that I'll start with. I'm telling you. I'm not just saying that I have a special connection with him. I say I really, 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 really have been blessed with him. He's right here. All right. So Vanish. So opportune is right under Vanish. All right, so again, when it's almost like it's made, that opportunity creates itself. It becomes an opportune moment. It becomes that pretty perfect moment when he arrives. And is, like I said, is sitting, before we got opportune, I knew that, I told you, he's sitting right next to Vanish. It is him, the Vigna Harta, who has removed something. So you do have Lord Ganesha's blessing in your life, bro. I can guarantee you that you have his blessing in your life, whether you know it or not, whether you pray to him or not. If you don't pray to him, please pray to him. Tell him that you're thankful and grateful for all that he has brought to your life, and you don't even know it, maybe, because if you don't pray to him, then you don't know it, right? But he's doing his level best. He loves you for whatever reason, and then he's right here in your life, my collective. Okay, the Demon Slayer. And he is, I told you, he doesn't even have to fight the fight. When he comes, bad things just vanish. Then he just, like, it's almost like he comes and that could only be either him or the problem. He doesn't have to fight it. He doesn't have to give you a remedy, or doesn't have to learn. It's just that he comes and now, okay, everything is great now. Like that. It's like that. So he's now right under Demon Slayer, is right under concerns. Alright, so I already told you that he has already created he's removed all of this already. Alright, and you could be one of those people in his army, could be like perceived in the spiritual world as a demon slayer. You could have that warrior spirit. Maybe you actually, in your other lives, you know, in other runs, you actually fight the fights for other people. Confirmation. You are that warrior. Okay, so this demon slayer, you are the demon slayer, and I do feel that your enemies, whoever your ops are, they're very much concerned by your fighter warrior spirit. I think that concerns them. They know somehow you're not giving up. It's like, we have tried everything. What they literally sit and brainstorm, what else can we do? I'm not kidding you. I've heard this. They literally brainstorm, sit and huddle in a group, or they have these chats where they brainstorm, what else can we do to hurt this person, to stop them, to demotivate them, to stall them. What can we do? What else can we do? Alright, so you're a demon slayer and they're not able to, like, just, oh my god, kill. I'm telling you, your ancestors are in the John Wick mood, bro. This is going to be my last card because I really don't have any more space, and I told you already a lot. Kill. It literally says kill. They are in that John Wick mood. Like, we are not here to, like, fight the fight, in the sense, like, not give anybody, you know, any more chances, not give them any more kindness, not show them any more mercy. We are here to, like, just now be in that, let's watch John Wick. Oh my god, this is amazing. I'm telling you, this is they don't have a chance against you, and you don't have to fight this war. It's like, in a way, you've done your deed. That's it. That was what was required of you. And now Divine is like, sit back and just, you know, go drink your tea, go have your coffee, go watch movies, just go do your reading, go be pretty. I just literally got this. Literally, this was given to me. The pretty card came on top. It's literally said, just go be pretty. Just. And see, it broke at travel. Did I not tell you that you will be traveling? In fact, you know, this travel word was also given to me after which, what was that? After spring, but I just forgot to write it. Now I remember, but this was given differently and not in the cards, just differently. So just imagine, it is like, you'll be traveling. I told you, you'll be traveling. That whole helicopter adage, the whole plane thing, I'm telling you, you would travel a lot. You'll hop cities now. Okay, great. So that is my, the Archangel Michael candle I'm gonna restock it. Okay, anyway, so that was the reading, my collective. I hope you enjoyed it. It's 1 hour 9 minutes, almost 9. Okay, yeah, 10 minutes. Okay, almost. And okay, that should be it for today. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I'll meet you again very, very soon. Until then, goodbye.